Hey kids, Mr. Mantooth here. Great to see you on the computer, although I can't really see you, but you can see me. Um, anyway, I'm here for Miss Rich and Miss Huff today to read a story called Shark Food by Red Fletcher, meaning Red Fletcher wrote the story, um, but I'm the one reading it. I am not Red Fletcher. I am Mike Mantooth, Mr. Mantooth. All right, here we go. Let's dive into this. Let's do it. Let's do it together. Shark Food by Red Fletcher. Read by Mike Mantooth. Shark dive, the sign said in big letters. Hey, let's sign up for a shark dive, I said to my dad. Shark dive? Are you sure you want to? Dad is a scuba diving instructor. Scuba means self contained underwater breathing apparatus. He's always up for adventure, but I could tell he was worried about me. I'd seen Jaws on TV several times, and recently I'd read an article entitled Man Eater Shark, the Terror of the Sea, but I didn't think about it then. Of course I'm sure, I said. The sign says they take groups out every day. It's perfectly safe, or they wouldn't do it, right? Dad was convinced. On the day of the dive, we loaded our gear onto the boat and headed out. There were 10 of us in the group. Our dive master, Shadrach, briefed us as we rowed to the site. Sharks are dangerous animals. We must respect them, he said. He didn't need to tell me that. I did respect the sharks. They are the most powerful animals in the sea, and they have several sets of very sharp teeth. They can kill their prey in a single bite, but I tried not to think about that. We would be diving with some reef sharks, which aren't as dangerous as some other shark species. Weight yourself down with at least 2 to 4 pounds of extra weight, Shadrach instructed. That way you'll sink straight to the bottom and not float up. When you reach the bottom, form a circle. I will stand in the middle and feed the sharks. Hold still, no flailing around while I'm feeding the sharks. Lord have mercy, we got to answer a phone call. Hold on. Miss Rich's room, this is Mr. Mantooth. She is in Miss Huff's room. Yes, sir. Sorry about that. Let's get back. That's Mr. Curry. Let's get back to our story. No flailing around while I'm feeding the sharks. What's flailing? I asked to Dad. Dad flapped his arms to the side, swinging your arms around like this. That's flailing. Shadrach continued. If your arms are swinging around, then the shark might think you've got food, and your arm will end up being eaten by the shark. He was laughing. I didn't think it was so funny. I looked down at my arm and wiggled my fingers. I made a mental note to be perfectly still under the water and keep my arms close to my sides at all times. Shadrach leaned toward me. Hey, the sharks, they like red hair. He laughed, then yelled to the group, Okay, get ready. I looked up at my gear and checked my air supply. 3,000 pounds of air, plenty. I put on my weight belt. I figured the 7 pounds I already had would be enough, so I didn't add any extra weight. We lined up on the end of the boat. I smoothed back my hair. My dad punched me in the arm and pointed over to the side. I leaned over and looked. Sharks were swimming all around the boat. They looked ready like they do in the movies. Restless. Ready, Shadrach called. Ready, we answered. Shadrach pulled down his mask and jumped in. We followed. Immediately, we began sinking to the bottom with sharks swimming all around us. They were much bigger than I'd expected, and their eyes looked like white beads with thin black slits in the middle. Some of the sharks had small sucker fish attached to their sides. One shark had a fishing hook hanging out of its mouth. We settled into our positions in the circle on the bottom. The shark swam in and out between the divers. Shadrach placed his thumb and first finger together, forming a circle, and held it up, giving us the okay sign. We did the same to say that we were fine. Then Shadrach pulled a piece of fish from the feeding box and held it out. A large shark swung around and snatched the fish. The other sharks immediately began to swim faster, more frantic. Several sharks swam right by me, very close. Shadrach pulled out another fish, which was grabbed by a small shark. Some of the sharks bumped Shadrach with their noses. The sharks were circling fast now,